Chat, chill out. I'm not late. I just finished recording a video on Declan Rice. Yo, I'm doing a lot today. That video is coming out in about 40 minutes. Hello, everyone. Welcome to BayernNow, the ultimate Bayern Munich fan channel. Yeah, I'm talking about recording a video on Declan Rice. Yeah, recording videos on this channel. That's like a forbidden thing. When's the last time I actually posted a real video? Well, lots of Bayern news to talk about, including our new board. We got a new board, like a student. Bayern announced Karl-Heinz Rummenigge has been appointed as a new member of the supervisory board. The OGs are coming back. You know, I read a comment and someone was like, wow, man, this means the experiment didn't work. This means the new era, bringing in Oliver Kahn. It didn't work. Karl-Heinz is our former CEO. The man's 67 years old. He left Bayern in 2021 to be with his family, and things have not been the same since Oliver Kahn came in. He rolled out the red carpet for Kahn to replace him. It was a peaceful departure, and now he's back because his love, Bayern, his love is his wife, but his club is calling back for him. And his family's pissed. Bro, I just know Kali's family's just, his wife is just sitting there like, this is Scheiße! Bro, imagine you finally get Bayern to piss off, get your husband back in the house, and now he's back with Bayern, cheating on you with his time. So, yeah, Kali is back, appointed to the supervisory board. Look, just expect us to start looking at Southern American players. I mean, okay, a few days ago, the story was he would be advising the club on the transfers. But now he's actually like part of the board, like the supervisory board. He's running the club behind the scenes. I mean, this is probably the best thing we could do. The supervisory board is always going to be made up of people or representatives from Audi, representatives from Allianz, and representatives from Adidas, because those are the three shareholders apart from Bayern fans. So they own collectively 30% of the club. So I agree. Yeah, I mean, I don't agree. That's just how it works. That's the law. If you own a substantial percentage of the club, like 8% of a multi-billion-dollar club, then yeah, you're going to have a member on the board. So yeah, those guys are always going to be there. But the other members of the supervisory board need to be made up of ex-Bayern players and management staff like Kali and Uli Hoeneß, who is the honorary president of the club. So, and there's sources saying Uli Hoeneß has more power in the club than Herbert Hainer. Herbert Hainer is seen as a businessman, and Uli's seen as the guy that owns, and basically he owns the board. He owns all of them. They're all his children. His word is way more powerful, and why wouldn't it be? Why would you trust Herbert Hainer over Uli Hoeneß if they're telling you something and telling you different things? So, yeah, now with Rummenigge coming back into the supervisory board, I can imagine things will be a lot more stable. But I'm not happy with the fact that Dusan Vlahovic is being talked about again. Why? Vlahovic is a donkey. He is the Eastern European Lukaku, bro. This man has no first touch, no dribbling capability, no link-up play. He's just a macho goal scorer. Like, get on the end of a cross and just, yeah, I don't see any special attributes in Dusan Vlahovic's game. And maybe that's because I'm blind. I don't know. But nah, Vlahovic is bang average, and I don't know why we're gunning in for him. He's not the striker we need. Dude, why don't we just go for Harry Kane? Clearly, we need to spend money, so why not spend it with a striker like Kane? See, here's the thing. Everyone keeps saying, oh, but if we spend $100 million on Kane, he's only going to be here for 3 to 4 years because he's old. Okay, whatever. first things first, Kane isn't a footballer that's dependent on his physical attributes. So as long as he has his strength, he's going to be good for a while because he's a fairly technical player. His passing, his link-up play, he's not the fastest and never has been. So he was never reliant on those physical attributes. So Kane will last for 3 to 4 years at this club. But let's say he just gives us 2 seasons and we spent 80 million on him or 70 million, whatever it is, because Spurs need to sell to a foreign club. They're not trying to get Kane to Manchester United scoring goals against them in fixtures. So, of course, they're trying to sell to foreign clubs like Bayern and Madrid. But let's just say we do sign Kane for 70 mil. Dude, that is not the worst thing in the world because, one, he's going to give us goals, and we may even win the Champions League with a striker of Kane's quality because he's going to give so much platform to players like Musiala and Sané and Kingsley Coman to perform without the pressure of scoring the goals. Imagine Sané just giving his all without knowing in his head that Kane's going to score the goals in the end. So Kane gives freedom. That's what Lewandowski did for all those years to all of our wingers. He gave them freedom to play how they wanted because they knew, okay, even if I don't score today, Levy's going to score twice. So everything's fine. It was in the big games where we had problems where if Levy didn't score, a lot of players didn't score. Sometimes Gnabry would take that responsibility, but we struggled to score in big games. Let's say Kane comes in. We win the Champions League. That is worth it to me. Spending that much money on a short-term solution is worth it. Also, it's a world-class solution, like top 3, top 4 strikers in the world solution. That's how good Kane is. So we may as well spend, and then in the next 2 years, I'm sure there's going to be a new striker that's the next Benzema that we can go in for and replace Kane if we signed him. Do you get it? Or Matisse Tau could just suddenly bust into the scenes like Micah Richards. Yeah, he just burst onto the scenes. So it's not the worst thing in the world if we bought Kane and Declan Rice. All right, let's raid England again. But yeah, this new board is willing to spend money. Dresden is a financial wizard, so he will be wanting to clear the books as much as possible, not go in negative into a season and then have to balance it out with shirt sales. And he wants to maximize our profits, which keeps our sponsors and shareholders happy. So it is critical that we remain financially responsible, but we also need to take risk. We are not going to succeed if we don't take risk. We need to look at certain player profiles and just go for it. Some players aren't there. And if we're not going to sign Kane, why don't we get Gonçalo Ramos? Just someone that's scoring goals in the Champions League. Everyone looks at Benfica and they go, it's Benfica, though. You're not scoring goals for or with a high-level team. Bro, if you're scoring goals in the Champions League, it doesn't matter the opposition. You're scoring goals in the Champions League because the Champions League is a league full of champions. The league full of Dutch champions and Belgian teams that are champions. So, I don't know. I'm just looking at it and I'm saying, if we can't sign Kane, don't go for Kolo Muani. Go for Gonçalo Ramos because that guy can score goals and he's also full of potential, younger than all the other options. That's just how I see it. No, seriously, I think it's a it's a great idea to bring Rummenigge back. And it is kind of annoying because it proves that the experience didn't work. If you add an R to his name, that's the craziest name in the world. If you add an R at the end, man, oh my gosh, this man would be canceled every time he uttered his name. Yeah, so, yeah, the bad news is the experiment didn't work. Uli Hoeneß left the club. Herbert Hainer came in. And then Oliver Kahn came in after. So, do you get it? The experiment of having Brazo promoted into the board of the executive and not just a footballing guy, technical director. The guy became our football sport guy on the board. Like he became the director of football, but we don't call it that. We actually have a different guy that's the technical director or director of sport. I don't know. I mean, Marco Nepp, our chief scout, is also linked to leaving. So that's another part of the experiment that's potentially ending. I think this is a big transition for Bayern. It's a big transition. I think now it's about stabilizing the club and long-term replacements that work. You're not telling me there's not a single player out there, ex-Bayern player, that would replace Karl-Heinz Rummenigge as CEO. You're not going to tell me that. So we need to be smart. Also, I read somewhere, it was Uli Hoeneß saying it, that Oliver Kahn had a bunch of advisors around him that basically did his job for him. They allowed him to. I can understand why. Look, it's your first 2 years at a club, and you're replacing Karl-Heinz Rummenigge, who had been at the club for decades. You need advisors around you so you can do the best job you can, but nothing's ever. If you want to be a good leader, you need to make decisions by yourself and decisions that positively impact your team. I don't know if he did that. Oh, yeah, the news is Pavard. See, this is the new board has to do these things. Make tough decisions. Let Pavard go. Is that crazy? Oh, Guerrero, by the way, is being linked to a move to Bayern. Rafael Guerrero. Guerrero is a bang average player, man. You just let it go. Let it go, man. Also, Bayern are looking at Max Erbel from RB Leipzig, and Leipzig's boss, Oliver Mitzlaff, basically said, nah, it's not happening. And yeah, that's Oliver Mitzlaff. Yeah, he's the managing director of Red Bull. So, oh, this man is actually, he's actually the like the director of Red Bull as an operation, huh? Oh, interesting. Wow. So the man, okay. Yeah, we'll see. I don't know. I don't think there's a chance we get Max Erbel. Erbel wouldn't be terrible. I know I make fun of him, Peter Griffin, he looks like Peter Griffin from Family Guy. But Max Erbel, the ball knowledge on the man is crazy. You guys know how I was saying, like, Leipzig need a midfielder. They need a ball playing midfielder. Well, those are the profile of players Leipzig started looking at. It is crazy how that's ball knowledge. He knew, and then he bought Niklas Seewald. So Seewald's coming in. So automatically, those are great transfers. So Erbel was probably going to cook at Leipzig. He's going to need Jabozley to stay. Jabozley linked to Newcastle, but I don't think that's going to happen. Yeah, there's no way Dominic Jabozley goes to Newcastle. This is like his first main man season at Leipzig. He shouldn't do it. He should stay at Leipzig for 2 more years. Bro, why are you going to Newcastle? Is it an upgrade from Leipzig? Are you going to win a trophy there, but not at Leipzig? If Leipzig offers you more money, I'm taking it. Jabozley should not be leaving Leipzig. He should let the last 2 years of his contract come and then leave for a significantly cheaper fee to a bigger club than Newcastle. He is a better player than that. Dominic Jabozley needs to be linked to Bayern next year. If we can't get Florian Wirtz, we should be thinking about Jabozley. Like, that's how good he is. But he'd be wasting his time going to Newcastle. But he needs time at Leipzig to crack this game perfectly, because he came in from Salzburg, decent player, a year at Leipzig, didn't really work out, was on the bench a lot. This season, playing almost every game. And now, next season, with Nkunku leaving and a new striker, Benjamin Sesko, coming in, bro, Jabozley will be the main man servicing a striker that's good, not Timo Werner, That's what you need. See, that's why I respect Declan Rice staying at your club for as long as he did, and developing. And now you're linked to Bayern, and you got a choice. You got luxury. But 18 going to Chelsea because of one good season. That is not how you grow as a player. A lot of players are great. A lot of players have just as much talent as Messi, and they flop because they don't make the right move at the right time. That's why you need good advisors around you. Don't go to Newcastle. Bro, Newcastle had a great season, but is it because Arsenal suck so much or because Newcastle just dominated? Yeah. Is it because Liverpool? Newcastle would be in 7th fighting for Europa League if Liverpool were in the form they were in and if Chelsea were in the form they were in. And guess what? Newcastle won't be in the top 4 next year. They're not going to win the Champions League. So why go there? Especially after the great season you just had. So I'm just saying, like, yeah, of course they're going to offer you the money, but you got to be smart. Players need to be smarter. So, yeah, Max Eberl would be an interesting option for Bayern to go in for because he's basically responsible for building that Mönchengladbach team that made it to the Champions League, I think 2 years in a row. And yeah, I mean, he brought players in that were really good. And, you know, it's even harder to do a great recruitment job at a club like Gladbach than it is for Leipzig, because Leipzig is an attractive destination, especially for young players. But Gladbach, I mean, their history lies in the past. They're not really a team now, like that team that competes for things anymore. So it was actually more difficult to recruit good young players to a team like that. And Max Eberl did it. He got good young players to Leipzig and made people pay attention, or good young players to Gladbach and made people pay attention. So that's a good option. And then you also have Crochet at what is it? Is it Kroos with yeah, Marcus Crochet. Crochet. Ah, man. No, that's no Crochet at Frankfurt. So no, what am I? Oh, yes, Marcus Crochet. He is a 42-year-old guy, sporting director at Eintracht Frankfurt. And again, he was okay. Oh, crazy. He was sporting director at Leipzig too, so yeah, he must be good. Let's be honest here. Oh, shoot. Can I just do EN? Hold on, guys. Hold on. I need to be on transfer market. I need to. Yeah. So, bro, my thing's tripping. Okay, Marcus. Sorry, boys. Hold on. I need to find out who he brought in. I mean, obviously he recruited Kolo Muani. All right, cool. I got it. So he went there 2021. He was at Leipzig 2019 to 2021. So 2 years at Leipzig. He was at Paderborn for 2 years. Leverkusen as an assistant manager for 2 years. So yeah, Marcus Crochet looks like a really good option. And I want to look at the transfer business Frankfurt did. They brought in players like Kolo Muani, Gutzebach, Jans Peter Haga. Bro, that guy used to have so much potential. I don't know what happened to him. They brought him in and barely played him. Luca Pellegrini, but Pellegrini came in on loan and yeah, he didn't cook, bro. I'm not gonna lie, he didn't cook. So 2 years at Frankfurt, and I wouldn't say it's more impressive than Max Eberl. But I would say getting Kolo Muani on a free transfer is pretty good. It's pretty good for a club like Frankfurt. So, yeah, Crochet definitely has an ability to get players. I don't know about his recruitment, though. I don't know what kind of profile players he usually gets. Yeah, this is usually interesting to look at. But so Marcus Crochet is someone we're looking at. Max Eberl as well. You know, I think we should chill out. This isn't the most important thing we need to look at. Bringing Rummenigge back allows us to basically have a shadow DOF because Rummenigge he was kind of like our director of football while also being our CEO because this man had a great eye for talent. That's what we need. I am sure, man, we have missed out on so many gems because we didn't have the eyeballs and the aggression to go out into the transfer market. We should have gone all in for Julian Alvarez. Instead we let Man City just kind of get him and Haaland at the same time. When we lost Lewandowski, it should have been the biggest boom in the transfer world because Bayern should have just been like, we're looking for all the best strikers in the world. We're willing to offer all kinds of money. And every striker would have been freaking wet for our club. So Gravenberg's been playing late. Bro, why? How do you get this? Gravenberg has been playing all right. Is Declan Rice coming to us? The fact that Gravenberg barely played under Tuchel and then suddenly, like he had one good game and then he started playing him. Tuchel started playing him more. Tells me Tuchel looks at him and goes, "Okay, he's giving me good stuff." So, like, all right, why criticize Gravenberg when our bigger problem is probably Goretzka? Why? Oh, look at Dennis Zakaria, who went to Chelsea or Juve for like 40 mil. See, again, Zakaria is the perfect example of what I was talking about. This is a 26-year-old player who left. Oh, it was only 10 mil from Juve. Yeah, I remember when everyone was like obsessed with Dennis Zakaria. Like, we should sign him. We should sign him. And I always said, he's not as good as you think. But, boys, this guy left a club that was a great environment for him, went to Juve while Juve were in a mini crisis. And now look at his career. Leaving Chelsea, nowhere to go. Probably going to end up at like some bum club playing in. That's what happens to a lot of these players when they don't move at the right time for the right team. You can't just move to a club because they have a big name and have a lot of money to pay you. You got to be smarter than that. They didn't disrespect us. It's just how EPO is, just like German players like to play for Bayern. What are we talking about? Angad Gruel with the super chat. I appreciate you, my boy. Who in our squad is learning Chinese? I'm not gonna lie, Sadio Mane. Learn some Chinese, buddy. Call Xi Jinping on the phone. It's time to stop eating fufu and start eating dumplings. Like, I'm not gonna lie, Sadio, you're not him. So Mane, start learning some Chinese. Gnabry, like second. Actually, the last few weeks he's been all right, but Gnabry for the majority of the season, learn some Chinese. Who else needs to learn Chinese? I don't know. Just learn Chinese. Actually, Pavard, maybe learn some Chinese. Okay, so the story is Pavard will not sign a new deal at Bayern. Confirmed. Great. Leave. Please leave. I'm glad Pavard is leaving. This actually pleases me because this guy's ego is way bigger than his ability level. Mr. Han can teach Sadio Mane. Mane, Sane, Gnabry out. I don't agree with Sane. I don't agree with Sane. Keep my bowler alive. I need my expected nutmegs per 90 minutes. So Mane, Sane, Gnabry. It's a lot of players, man. I'd say Gnabry go. Like, go. Pavard and Hernandez most likely leave, and I do wish Pavard just go. Look, but Pavard can't just go for 20 million. He had a great season. Let me just tweet, thank God Pavard is leaving. Oh, by the way, Cancelo left, and Bayern won't trigger the option to buy. But the door is not completely closed yet. If City lower the price, new negotiations are possible. Bayern will continue to monitor the situation. Tuchel is a Cancelo fan. This club needs to be signing players like Cancelo. And I wouldn't be surprised having Rummenigge back starts getting us to go for more technical players and not just energy players like Konrad Leimer. Can we cancel Leimer's contract? I hope there was a clause in his contract that says incumbent on the board staying. Because if we get a new board, you're gone. Sell Konrad Leimer immediately, in my eyes. Sell Conrad immediately. Eingard said, do you support Nuggets? Well, they're about an hour from my house, so I have no choice. I support my local. Yeah, I don't really watch basketball religiously because it's just I watch football religiously, the best sport in the world. But yes, when I do watch, I'm rooting for Jokic and Paul Murray or Jamal Murray. I said Paul Murray. Who's Paul Murray? Isn't he that actor? I always mistake the two. No, Paul Murray. I'm thinking of something. Yeah. So I actually I watch, man. I watch what I watch. Yeah, the Nuggets. We're gonna cook, man. We're winning our first. We win in the NBA, bro. June 1st. Nuggets in 2. Nuggets in 4. Nuggets in 4. We win in all 4 games. The first 4. And you know what's crazy? Stan Kroenke owns every team in my state, bro. Or except the baseball team. The man owns the hockey team. He owns the football team. Well, actually, in America, if you own one sports franchise, you're not allowed to own another one. But his wife, bro, so he created a sports management company. He owns a sports management company, and then he owns these other clubs. So he owns the football, like soccer, yeah, that team. Kroenke, and he owns Arsenal. This man is a freaking, and he owns the Denver Broncos. That's a big football franchise. But he doesn't own, like, his wife's brother or his cousin owns that, bro. It's all Stan Kroenke is he's a G, man. I'm not gonna lie. The man, he's screwing over Arsenal fans, and like they went from Kroenke out to Kroenke in because they competed for the title. I'm not gonna lie. If I was an Arsenal fan, I would be pissed, dude. I'd be pissed. All right. It's crazy that Gnabry got the best stats in our team. Boy, yeah, that freaking scammer. He always gets like 50 goals at the end of the season, and you're just like, where did these goals come from? Clearly not when we needed them. Yeah, Gnabry will probably end up staying because this club is obsessed with keeping the German core alive. See, it's okay to have a German core, but we have a mediocre German core. A mediocre. Yeah. No, we need players like Schweinsteiger and Philipp Lahm and Manuel Neuer and Thomas Muller, but I love them, but Sané and Gnabry, like, they're giving us mid games. See, I think capitalism would kick in. If Bayern suddenly decided, you know what, we aren't interested in a German core. We're interested in building a team that's going to last for decades and generations and win us a lot of things internationally, globally, all that. If we did that, I guarantee you there will be a demand for better German players. That, like, Florian Wirtz is so crazy because this is the first German player in so many years that's good, and Musiala isn't really like German grown. I mean, He left Germany when he was like 10 and really became a great footballer in England of all countries. So Germany isn't producing because Bayern and Dortmund and all the big clubs aren't demanding high level German players. And also with the drop off of clubs like Schalke and then clubs like Union Berlin, these are not clubs that give young players chances. These are clubs that just, their goal is to stay in the league and do everything they can to make games uncomfortable for the big teams. But when Schalke was in its prime, creating talent after talent, Schalke had the prince of goals, Raul. But now it's like, who's producing anyone these days? Yeah, man, Germany's falling behind. France is just talent after talent. Bro, those guys are a conveyor belt of just talent. The hamster wheel is running in Ligue 1. That hamster is just eating food from Uber Eats, just producing Camavinga, Chouameni, Mbappe. Bro, it's just like generational talent after generational talent. Matisse Tau, Luca Hernandez, Pavard. Oh, no. Pavard's not a world-class talent. But Germany has drastically declined. It's because Bayern standards have dropped. We should just be Gnabry, you're not good enough, go away. That's what we should do. Oh, Sane, you had 2 bad seasons, go away. You can't just be a first half of the season merchant. So yeah, I think, and then we need to cop all the best German players to set an example. We need Florian Wirtz at this club, man. I think Wirtz needs one more like insane season at his club. Angad Grewal says, we need the next gen Robin, Ribery, and Muller is finished. His days are over. I think that's what you mean. Yeah, I appreciate that. Tell us your opinion about Tell. This season, good goals scored from him. He works hard. He's dedicated. Tell has a lot of potential, but he's not Mbappe's profile. He shouldn't try to be. He's more of a Benzema. Or he should try to emulate Benzema's game. I think Tell's ball retention is below average at the moment, but that happens. He's young. He didn't play enough games to really tell us everything, but the games he did play, his first touches. See, this is how you know he has a good first touch. It's good overall, but it's under pressure where I'm like, is he going to touch this correctly? Also, yeah, you guys know what I mean by ball retention. Like, he'll be carrying the ball and then he just has a heavy touch and then the ball goes away. He gets tackled easily. Ball retention for a striker is how long and how well can you keep the ball for your team while advancing the attack. Ball retention isn't back into a striker and then just pass the ball back. And no, ball retention is touch the ball, advance the team, move forward, and then pass it to your teammate, and then make a run into the box. That's ball retention. So Tao needs to improve that. Once he improves his on-the-ball abilities, which we know he has, his link-up play and everything else, yeah, he's going to be unplayable because he's fast and he's very hungry. Tao just gives me the he's hungry attitude. The kid has a gym in his house. He's 17 or he's now 18. He just turned 18. And he has a freaking gym in his garage. My man is working overtime because we have a gym at the training ground. He thinks he needs to do more. And he's clearly a well-mannered young man. This kid is going places if he can craft himself to not be something he isn't. If he tries to be Kylian Mbappe, he's going to just, no. If he tries to be Thierry Henry, he's not. Try to emulate Benzema. Benzema is one of the best strikers in the history of the game because his attributes, his skill set, good dribbling when he needs it, good touches, always getting his team forward, scoring in big games because he has the temperament to do it, keeps his head, keeps his cool when he needs to. Yeah, Tao should try to emulate Benzema's game, and his attributes are close to Benzema. So that's what I think about Matisse Tell. He has work to do, but he's only 18. 5 goals in the Bundesliga. That's clearly showing his level. I mean, people look at goals and they're like, oh, but, you know, like, bro, my man didn't even play games like that, and he's scoring. Bro did not play games like that. Coming on as a substitute to score 4 goals is not easy. It is not easy at all. But yeah, just playing at strike. That's why we need a Harry Kane at this club, because Kane would set the standard for what a striker is. But if we're getting like another prospect that hasn't achieved anything in the game, and then it's just like, Tao, how is Tao supposed to learn? How is he supposed to become better? He needs like an example. In training, he needs to like feel pressure every time he touches the ball, because my striker partner is going to start over me if I don't do this correctly. My man has scored 5 goals in 2.67 expected goals. 4 big chances missed though, so he needs to improve his goal conversion. But that's still good. He outperformed his XG. So the goals he scored were way better than the chances he had, but he missed some big chances. So yeah, Tell, man, let's see. Next season should be critical for him, because we're gonna have a much better team. We're gonna have a DM. Everyone's gonna feel like pressured, feel less pressure. This new board has a lot of work to do. They have a lot of work to do in building this team to be the best and the most capable side. They have work to do. The last Bundesliga player of the year that left BVB for Real failed hard. Nuri Sahin. Oh, you guys remember that guy? What about Guerrero at Bayern? Not to me personally, no. Guerrero, why don't we just sign Cancelo on a see? That's Guerrero sounds like a Brazo kind of thing, where he doesn't solve anything. Cancelo has not said goodbye to his Bayern teammates yet. He's still uncertain about where his future lies. Yo, I know Cancelo wants to stay at Bayern. I think João Cancelo is the kind of footballer that Bayern needs to look at. Guys, boys, the way Cancelo plays football is magnificent. He moves the ball from back to front quickly. He's fast. He's beautiful to watch. I just moved from an Arabian accent to a German accent to a Spanish accent to a French accent. I need to stop. Jacques Cancelo is very, very important for the way Bayern play football. You know, with Benjamin Pavard leaving, Bayern cannot afford to lose player. I think Bayern should sell Pavard and sign Cancelo. Sell Pavard and sign Cancelo. No, see, now I went Indian. If Bayern want to be a serious team, sell Benjamin Pavard. Sign Benjamin Cancelo or João Cancelo. You know, Cancelo has the ability and the capability to handle anything. You know, in Paris, the way we look at it is Cancelo is a much superior footballer to someone like Pavard. Yeah, no, seriously. Sell Cancelo or sell Pavard by Cancelo. I think Cancelo wants to stay at Bayern. He is a diva for sure, but he knows he's good. That's bro. The touches Cancelo was, the way that man moves the football is just crazy. The passing, the awareness on the field is crazy. It's world class. Sign Cancelo on a permanent and sign a midfield, bro. Like, these are the kind of, we don't need Konrad Leimer. We need bowlers. How did you guys like my French accent? Did you like it? George. Wow, you're my favorite person on this channel already. I don't know why. It just, like, it's not rapping to my head. I don't know why you'd be my favorite. Interesting. Oh. Why would you ask? Why would you say it like that? What would be your dream for the summer transfer? See, I thought you meant like we're signing Jan Sommer. My dream for Jan Sommer. Well, this summer, I want a DM. I want a striker. I would love Kane, Harry Kane. And I would love interesting. Maybe Manuel Ugarte for 53 million instead of Declan Rice. Or, you could go creative, get Florentino Luis. I think we can spend better and get a really good footballer instead of spending all this money on one player in Declan Rice. I think Florentino Luis, young, good DM, add some muscle on him, and he's unplayable. With the way he's built, good tackling in midfield, good pace, good physicality, and good reading of the game. That's the most important thing for a DM. So we need a DM. You know what's crazy? I've been saying this for years. We need someone to replace Thiago. Thiago was our DM. Everyone had this assumption that, Thiago's the pretty Brazilian Spanish midfielder. But it wasn't like that. Thiago was our dirty man. He did the dirty work and the pretty work. Thiago was a complete girlfriend. She cleaned your dishes, but she's also loving and kind. He was complete, bro. And he had a big booty and a big chest. He had Manchester United and Manchester City, the twins. So, yeah, Thiago was everything for us. And I miss Thiago. I think that's who we need to aim to replace. But I always said we're not going to replace Thiago with one player because Thiago was a generational. I mean, the games he played for us, he barely played because he was always injured, but he was generational. You don't have a footballer that is a fantastic defensive player while also being a phenomenal attacking player. Impossible to press. Like, that's generational. You don't see that often. So Thiago is generational. So you were never going to replace him with one player unless that one player was also generational. So you need to get someone like Bruno Guimaraes, who gives you the on-the-ball abilities Thiago gave you, the cute touches. You need to get a great passer like Kimmich, and then you need to get a great DM. Thiago was literally 3 midfielders in one, and that's why he probably got injured. God had to nerf the man. God said, all right, you're going to have every ability you want, except you're just going to not play ever because you're going to be injured for half the season. I mean, the only season in Bayern's history where Thiago was fit for almost all of it, we won the freaking sextuple. We won everything because the man was just impossible to beat. I remember the PSG game. Thiago was just impossible to press. So, yeah, we got to be creative, man. We got to be creative with how we move this summer. But yeah, we need a midfield that gives the balance, that gives Kimmich freedom. Kimmich has a great shot outside the box, great technique, but he never shoots because he's so deep all the time. The man is deep. Babysitting Goretzka. Musiala sometimes, and Sané and all these players feel more pressure. I can't lose the ball because I'll have to track back because there's no midfield. We have no grit in midfield. And Kimmich, he gets reckless defensively sometimes and just goes lunging in and then gets bypassed. See, a DM is someone that doesn't get bypassed. Like, you can't just dribble through him. You gotta fight to go through him. That's a DM. Like, he's just there intercepting everything. And guard again. I appreciate the super chats. Kane is bad luck, and next season, Heidenheim is coming. Oh, hi, Heidenheim, bro! Didn't they beat us 5-4? Was that host and kill, bro? We've been beaten by a lot of second division teams. We just get our annual cooking. Some random team just beats us. What do you think about Vlahovic? Tuchel likes him. No, I don't like Vlahovic. He's mid. George, the plan for Kimmich next season is to play more forward and have a defensive midfield. Yeah, exactly. That's the plan for me too. What do you think about Amrabat? Not for me. Amrabat. He's too bald. I feel like we got Andrew Tate in midfield. Too bald for me. Too bald for my liking. But we need more like macho men. Oh, by the way, we uploaded the Declan Rice video. It was scheduled and it did go out. Manuel Ugarte has a 51 million release clause. I would love that over anything else, to be honest. So, guys, go check out the Declan Rice video because I go in depth. It's usually me it's just me goofing around, to be honest. You know, the best thing about a summer window, this is why this game is so beautiful. The transfer window just being once or I guess twice a year, just making it harder to. Apparently, there's a player called Gift Orban, and I read a story that Bayern were looking at him. But just get Gonçalo Ramos. 48 appearances, 30 goals, 12 assists. That's who we need, man. We need that gunman at Bayern. We need a gunman. Someone that shoots and scores. Bro, our team got Mane. I wanted to force him to play as a center forward because they lacked when we sold Levy without replacing him. That's why Mane and Gnabry are looking the way they are. No, Mane looks like that because he sucks. Gnabry looks like that because he also sucks. We give you Cancelo and you give us Kimmich back. Another City fan. Yo, we got a lot of City fans on this channel. I joke about y'all, but all 10 of you on this channel, all 10 City fans in existence. I appreciate you, man. Because I feel like City fans should know the most ball in like the Prem because they got Pep Guardiola who only recruits bowlers. So yeah, man, I think City. Yeah, no, give us Rodri and we'll give you Pavard. Pavard is free, bro. He's better than John Stones. Yo, we'll give you Pavard for you, my friend. Free. We'll give you Pavard for free. Give us Rodri. See, we were linked to Rodri. We were going to spend the 70 million. No, and then we bought Lucas Hernandez, and we couldn't buy Rodri at the same time. But you guys remember in 2018 when we wanted Rodri? We should have signed him. We should have. See, it's always a shoulda, coulda, woulda. Rodri, man, he scored that one heartbreaking goal against us. How dare Rodri do that? He cooked us. Yeah, I remember, man. He had a 70 million release clause. We signed Lucas Hernandez for 82 million, and it made no sense to sign Rodri. So, dude, we spent a lot of money on center backs, but never in midfield. Who was our last like big midfield signing? 50 plus million. Can you name one? No. It's always flops like Renato Sanchez. By the way, Renato had a nice career path. I mean, he went to Lille, cooked there for a few seasons. Renato would be so unplayable if he wasn't injury prone. Xhaka to Leverkusen. Why would Granit Xhaka go to Leverkusen? Wait, did someone say we need Xhaka? Bro, who do you think we are? Leverkusen? Dude, we're Bayern Munich. Granit Xhaka is not on our level. He's not. We should be talking about nothing else. He's not on our level. All right, boys. It's a good stream, good day. I just uploaded a video. Go check that out after this. Wait, I think I can schedule it and just send you boys over to the Declan Rice video. You guys are going to enjoy that, I think. But good stream, man. Good chat. Good chat. 88 people in here. Let's get to 50 likes before I go. But I think I can just add a video. Oh, I can't add a video. Never mind. Just check it out on your own accord. Thank you everyone so much for watching. Mia, send Mia, and peace. Do you think we can win the Champions League next season? It depends on the transfer window we have. Depends on the transfer window.